Welcome everyone to yoga today. We're going to be doing a predominantly standing class, quite strong, slow, really technical, getting into the real postures and the alignment of the postures, holding them for a bit of time and going slowly through the salute A to the sun along with that, and including some ground floor work at the end before Shavasana here. And we'll start connecting to the mat with your feet. So just feel those feet. And we're going to start by literally rocking forward and back. So you lift the heels, then come back, lift the toes. Lift the heels, lift the toes. Just forward and back. Feeling how the feet really are integral to your balance and how they press and connect into the floor. And then coming back to a comfortable space, which is probably a mix between forward and back in your balance. And standing there. Let's close the eyes and let the arms hang by your side. And as you close your eyes, you take your vision inward and you begin to be a bit more aware of your internal body. So feel your breathing. Notice what the breath's doing. See if you can get your breath to go in and out of your nose comfortably. Get a sense of your body standing. See if you feel a bit crooked in your stance, or do you feel quite straight and upright? Perhaps you've got more weight in one side of the body than the other, like in one foot or one leg. Shift now from one foot with your weight and then shift to the other foot. And just slowly go from one side to the other with your weight shifting, and feel how the body has to work as you do that. And then come to a balance between the two. And as you balance evenly on the feet, it starts to even up through the legs, through the hips, through the shoulders, and right through the spine. Start to lift tall through the crown of your head. So you begin to come into the mountain, the tall mountain pose. As you lift the spine and lengthen through the whole body. Pull up through the knees now and activate the thigh muscles. Draw up through Mula Bandha, which is your pelvic floor muscles. They lift upward and draw that energy into the body and send it up through the spine and into the crown of the head. Pull down into the fingertips as the arms are away from the body a little bit. The arms become straight and the shoulders pull slightly back and down. So you've now got a very active standing posture. It's our mountain pose, even with our feet apart. And find the breath now in and out of your nose in this active standing mountain. The breath gives you presence, brings you into the space that you're doing, into what you're doing, the present moment. Connects you with the body. Opening our eyes in this space, we've still got a softness through the face, even though we're quite strong and almost rigid through the body. Turn the palms out to the side. Inhale, open the arms up and bring them up shoulder width apart, palms facing each other. Bend into your knees now and just keeping that straight spine, belly pulling in, just tilt the head and look up to the ceiling. The knees are staying bent and looking up, reaching into those fingers. Feel the length from the hips through the waist, through the shoulders and into those wrists and fingers. Breathing. Watch your breathing. straightening the legs, open the arms. Take them out wide with the palms facing forward. Really stretch across the chest here. So you feel that opening through the chest and right into the wrists and fingers again. Now we're going to do quite a strong movement. We're going to bend our knees in the same fashion that we did a moment ago. Pull in through your tummy and hinge forward and come into a halfway movement with the upper body. So you have to hold yourself halfway. Keep stretching across through those arms, pulling in through the tummy. And then coming back up to standing and reach those arms back up beside your ears. Now bending our knees again, and this time we're coming into a deeper chair. So start to deepen your squat. And your body, upper body leans forward somewhat as you come into a deeper chair. Pulling in through that tummy still, nice and strong. Then we're going to reach the hands down onto the floor and start to straighten through the legs and let the head hang. And holding yourself here. You might be still with a knee bend, that's okay. And just breathing here, in and out through your nose as you alleviate the strength of the body but stretch the body now. You might notice your breath naturally wants to deepen. Then placing the hands down onto the ground and step back into your plank. Nice and solid through the whole core of the body. You're still pulling up through that tummy. The shoulders are back and down. The leg, thigh muscles are strong and pulling up like you were in the mountain pose. Holding for a little longer. And then popping the knees down onto the floor. Keep the toes tucked up and pull the bottom back to the heels in a sort of a pose of the child, downward dog preparation. The hands and fingers are nice and spread. And just lengthen through the spine here again. Elbows are off the ground. Take a few breaths. Focus the breath again. And we're going to lift straight up into a downward dog with the knees really bent and the chest pressing toward, or that's the belly really, pressing towards the thighs. And you really open up through those shoulders. Now we're going to move. So we're going to come forward into a plank and activate those thighs and straighten the legs, hold the body steady, and then go back into that bent knee downward dog, opening the shoulders. So this becomes a shoulder opening exercise and strengthening, coming into the plank and into the downward dog with bent knees. Let's breathe in as we come into the plank and exhale as you come back into that downward dog with bent knees. One more time, inhale into the plank. Exhale into that downward dog with bent knees and resting in the pose of the child. On the knees you can relax those feet down and come right into pose of the child with the arms down by the side now. And this will let the blood flush back down through into those wrists and hands and allow them to rest and let the shoulders soften forward. And it's important to have a balance between strength, stretch and rest and activity. And this is where our opportunity to really let go and rest for a moment is. Then coming forward with the arms again and coming up onto all fours. A bit more of a gentle movement with our cat pose or our cow pose, as you contract the back of the body and pull the shoulder blades down. And then the opposite way. Suck the tummy up, tuck the tail and tuck the chin. Inhale and arch into the cow. Exhale and contract into the cat pose. Inhale and arch. Exhale and contract. One more time. Inhale and arch. Exhale and contract. Now we're going to take that into our posture. So tuck your toes and take that up into a balance. The knees off the ground and into that downward dog. Stretching out. Press down through the heels now. And then we pull up the tummy as we move forward and into our plank. So you're actually pulling the tummy up here. Then we're going to arch down and into up facing dog. So it becomes like a version of the cow pose. And then pull up through the tummy, lift it up and back into your downward dog. One more time, let's do that. Pull up through the tummy as you roll forward sort of into the plank. Then unfold into the up facing dog. And then you pull up the tummy and exhale back into the downward dog. And stay in your downward dog now and just pedaling through your feet. So you're stretching out those calves and being a bit loose in the movement. We're going to step the feet in closer to the hands and step them about as wide as the mat there. Taking our right arm over onto our left leg or left ankle and pull yourself into a stretch there, looking up under that left arm. Two more breaths here. And back and the other way. Take the left hand onto the right leg. So we've still got our right arm forward there on the ground, Murray. So we're in a version of downward dog, yep. Then you extend both arms forward back into your version of downward dog. See, no, your feet are still shoulder as wide as the mat. And now you can walk the hands to the feet and come into that forward fold with the legs a bit open. Let's take hold of our elbows and pull down into the elbows so that you lengthen through the spine again. You can have the knees a little soft, otherwise you're just hanging down in this stretch. And the feet are still the same width as the mat. Breathing in here as we let go a little bit more into our stretch and into our bodies. So in this pose we allow the head to just let go of the thoughts. Literally let them kind of hang out of the head and allow yourself to be here. We're going to see if we can open our arms out wide to the sides. Brace your tummy and come up to that halfway position with the arms outstretched. It's very strong. We won't stay for long. And coming all the way up to standing, reach those arms up to the ceiling. And bring the hands to the heart and step the feet back in together into the full mountain pose now. So we're here. Close your eyes for a moment and feel your body, feel your presence. Hopefully your head and your mind is starting to connect more and become present with what we're doing. It's not wandering off into too much thought of the past and the future. Every now and then you can deepen your breath to reconnect with yourself. This is our opportunity in this class to do that. Now coming to the front of your mat with your hands still in prayer. I'll come this way. That's it. And we're going to start our salutes to the sun. So we're going to breathe in, look up, hands up to the ceiling, tilt the head back, and exhale. Open the arms and come through that lovely flat back position with the arms outstretched. And then take hold of the legs and pull yourself into a forward fold. So it's quite a strong movement. Inhale as you want to lift up and bring the hands to the shins into a halfway lift. Then we take the hands down and we're stepping back into our plank. Nice and solid in our plank. We're going to move forward into our up-facing dog. Let's come onto the backs of the feet. The knees can be on the floor, or stronger is the knees are off the floor. Then you're lifting back, pull that tummy as you go right back and into your down-facing dog. Let's stay here for 5 breaths. Adjusting the pose as you remember and need movement. And drawing up through that Mula Bandha, that pelvic floor now. Activate through Uddiyana Bandha, the tummy a little bit too. Breathing in and out through your nose. Then rise onto the balls of your feet, bend your knees and look forward. Now you can either step your feet or you can try and hop or spring forward into our halfway lift, straightening the legs, hands on the shins. Exhale into your forward fold. And inhale, arms wide through that flat back and all the way up to standing mountain. Reaching up tall and bring the hands back to the heart. Have a moment to breathe and refocus. And coming again, inhale and lift up. Exhale and open and flow down through that flat back, fold up. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back, or you might want to try and even hop back into a plank. Inhale into your up-facing dog. And exhale into your down-facing dog. Holding it for 5 breaths. Rising onto the balls of the feet, looking forward and step the feet or jump. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, up through the strong flat back and right up to standing. Lifting up tall and bring the hands to the heart and breathe. Let's go again. We're going to put some modifications in. Inhale up. Exhale, open and come down. Folding up over the legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step or jump back into your plank. Now if you want to work stronger, you come into Chaturanga Dandasana and then through into up face dog. And exhale into downward dog. Opening that right leg up to the ceiling into 3-legged dog now. Take it as high as is comfortable for you. Really stretching almost into a split position. Then come forward into a plank with that leg lifted.
hold that plank for a moment, it's very strong. Then take it back into the three-legged dog. Then bend that knee into the chest and look forward. Come forward into plank and step that leg between the hands. Let's flatten our back foot, that left foot, and come right up into our warrior one. Hands in prayer, looking straight up to the ceiling. Bending into that right knee, lovely. Straighten those hips, tuck the tail slightly, and breathing here. Then straightening that front leg, open the arms right round and interlock the fingers behind your back. And we're coming into our peaceful warrior now, our humble warrior. We're going to bend that front knee again, that right knee, and lean forward on the inside of the knee. Bring that right shoulder on the inside of that knee and pull the hands away from your back into a humble warrior pose. Staying here for 4 breaths. Coming all the way back up, right up into warrior one again. Keep that front knee bent nice and strong. Looking up for a moment. And then bringing those hands forward and down on either side of that front leg. Step back into your plank. If you can manage chaturanga, do so, and then forward into your up-facing dog. And lifting back into down-facing dog. We're taking our left leg up into a high split, a three-legged dog. Holding it there. Then slowly move forward into a plank with that leg lifted if you can. If not, put it down. And then back into that three-legged dog. Then we're bringing that knee into the chest and look forward and step it through. Flatten that right foot and come straight up into your warrior one. On the other side, we're on the left leg now. That's it. Looking up if you've got your balance. Pressing the palms and straightening those elbows. Slight tuck in the tail. The rib cage is pulling in a little to give you a bit more length. Then straightening the front leg, open the arms, interlock the fingers behind with a different finger on top. Press the arms straight, bend back into that left knee and leaning forward into your humble warrior with that left arm or left shoulder on the inside of that left leg. And you can pull the hands away from the back and staying here for at least 4 breaths. And then slowly coming all the way up, bringing those arms back up to warrior one. Look up, bending that left knee still. And then reaching forward, hands down on either side of that front leg, stepping back to your plank, coming into chaturanga and then through into up-facing dog and back into downward dog. Stretching out in your downward dog for 3 more breaths. Rising onto the balls of the feet, look forward and step or jump to halfway lift and exhale to forward fold. Inhale up to the ceiling, right up to mountain. And bring the hands to the heart. Have a couple of breaths here to recompose. And we're coming into a balance. So from here, just taking that left leg back and bring the arms by your side. Palms are facing up or backwards. Shoulders slightly back, drawing through the tummy and literally lean forward. You might just get a little way or you might get to a flat back again. Three more breaths. Come back. And this time take this leg and lift it up the front of the body. And we're going to take the arms up to the ceiling. And extend that leg out if you can, forward. Otherwise, keep the knee bent. And releasing it back down. Back down into the mountain, hands by our side. We're back here. Big breath in and out. Taking that right leg back. Keep those arms, palms turned back behind you. Inhale, tummy in. And slowly just leaning to a little way, or you might come all the way into a flat back. And holding here. Very steady balance. 2 more breaths. Coming back, see if we can keep that right leg off the ground and take the knee up and the arms up to ceiling. Standing tall and drawing in through the core of your body. Lift up through the waist and have a go at straightening that right leg. And releasing back to the mountain, bringing those hands down by your side. Big breaths in to recompose and reconnect. Bring the hands to our heart again, and we're coming back into our salute. So we come up, inhale, exhale through the flat back and forward fold over the legs, stretching out. Inhale to halfway lift, exhale to step or jump back into your plank and into chaturanga and forward into the up facing dog and back into your down facing dog. Adjusting your pose here. We're going to come into a side plank, so you can turn on your right foot and right arm and take that left arm. Now I've got my left foot in front of my right. This makes it just a little bit easier. For those of you who want to work stronger, you'll stack the left foot on top of the right. If you've got your balance, you turn your head to look up to the ceiling. Then let's come back into our downward dog. Alleviate the wrists and arms a little bit here. And then we're going to rotate onto the left side, into the left plank. Either one foot forward or stacked on top of each other. And looking up to the ceiling if you've got your balance. Nice and strong through that side core. Then coming back to our downward dog. Lifting back, pressing down. And we're going to lift our right leg up to the ceiling again and bend the knee. Really open out and squeeze that right heel to your butt towards your left buttock. Then bring the knee into the chest, that right knee. And you're going to step that, well, let's just bring it down here. We're going to come to here. So bring the foot forward. And let's come back down onto this one. So we're in our pigeon pose. We're going to do a little bit of a movement here. So you're going to come up and you kind of straighten. So this leg is out to the side, out to the right, left, and you stretch through that ITB, and then you come back down. Inhale. Exhale as you try and come up. You might just get to there with the knee bent, or you might be able to straighten it out. And inhale. Come back. And again, exhale. Here. Inhale back, opening that hip. One more and we're going to modify. So you're coming up to here. Now you're going to press into that right foot and flatten your left foot for a moment, and you come into almost a revolved triangle here. The legs forward. You might have the knee bent, that's okay. Then come back down and straight down now and into that pigeon pose. And let's stay in the pigeon for a moment. Bringing yourself up and lengthening the front of the body, and then coming forward, right down over that front leg. Prop up that under that right hip if you need to. That's it. You can use a cushion under that right hip. Three more breaths here. Walking those hands back in, coming up, arching, tucking that back toe and lifting back into your downward dog. Now we're lifting our left leg into three-legged dog with the bent knee, really opening up that knee and stacking the hips on top of each other as you squeeze that left heel to the right buttock. Then bring that left knee into the chest and roll it all the way forward into the pigeon leg pose. So you come down, we're leaving our back toes tucked, and then you try and straighten up that front leg a little. And then you come back down. And lift, and then exhale and try and straighten it up. So the right foot is across, sorry, the left foot is across behind the right hand almost, or further. And then come down. And again, come up. And down, and then we're going to modify. We're coming up and staying up if we can, flattening the back foot and opening that right arm, only if that's possible. If not, it's okay. Then you come down, and we're coming down into our full pigeon pose, letting our body relax into that and down into that left hip stretch. And coming forward if you can. That's it. One more breath. And walking the hands in and coming up. We're going to come right back into our downward dog one more time. Stretching in your downward dog. Now we're looking forward, bending the knees, step or jump the feet to the hands, come into that halfway lift. Exhale into our forward fold. Fly up into the full mountain pose. Lifting up tall. And bringing those hands to the heart. Big breath in and out here. Refocus and find a drishti point, a steady point to focus on as we're going into another balance. So I'm going to take my left leg, I'm going to bring my heel to my butt if I can. Now if you need a wall to hold on to, do so. We're going to press the right arm straight up beside the ear as that left heel pushes into your butt.
or pulls into the butt. Bring the knees together. Then from here, you literally push that left foot into your hand, and you lean forward and you come into the dancing Shiva pose. You can bring that right hand into Chin Mudra with the finger, pointer finger and thumb connecting. And releasing down back into the mountain pose. Big breath in and out. Feel the connection of your feet and that evenness of balance. Find the connection with your breath. Then let's do our other leg. So we're taking our right heel into our butt, pushing up and flexing the palm of that left hand and pressing it up to the ceiling. Pull the knees in together, finding your breath. Then ready to transition into dancing Shiva as you press the foot into the hand and find your pose. And releasing down back to the mountain. Have a few composing breaths again, in and out. So from where you are, just step your feet wide on your mat. Coming into a traditional triangle pose, turning your left foot out, the right toes slightly in. Make your stance at least 3.5 feet, not meters, 3.5 feet wide. Reach those arms out, stretch across your chest. Let's turn the palms to face the screen. Then reach out along that left leg and extending down into your triangle pose, wherever you can manage. Stretching and looking up at the top hand. Keep that stretch across the chest. Breathing here. Turn the top hand and extend that arm long above your head, or now turn the head and really try not to let that top shoulder crush your face. Keep it pulling back and open right through that right side of the body. Then we're going to be nice and strong through the tummy and lift up that left arm and come up to standing. Very strong. Open the arms back out and swap the feet over. So, taking the right foot out, left foot in, that's it. Triangle. Strong legs, straight legs. Reaching out and slowly down to wherever you can manage in your triangle. Turning the head up to the ceiling if you've got that turn in your neck available. Pressing into the balls of each big toe a little to bring that action into the arch of the foot there. Now extending this left arm over your head. Stay in that long sort of side stretch feeling for a moment. Now pull in through the tummy consciously and try and lift up that right arm, and now come up to standing. Right up and open those arms. We're going to turn our feet parallel as we take both hands behind the back, interlocking those fingers again. Press the arms straight, palms together. Let's do an open leg forward fold. Inhale, open. Exhale, through that nice flat back position. And coming right down into a forward fold as you pull the arms away from the body. Breathing here. Every exhalation is an opportunity to go a little deeper into the pose.
One more breath here. And coming all the way back up through that flat back. Activate your thigh muscles to come up and opening those arms. Let's come into a star position like this. That's it. Now just turn your feet, bring your heels in a bit. And coming down into a squat, the hands in prayer. Pushing the palms together here so they're quite active, and pull the knees back. So it's quite strong. Inhale back into the star position. Now we're going to actually step the feet just slightly closer in, so we're coming into Malasana. So you're either going to go back into the version that we just did here, or coming right down into a version of Malasana. I need my feet slightly closer together there. That's it. Nice and pulling up through the spine, straightening up through the back as best you can. And then making your way down onto the floor from here. So if you can manage to sit down, do so. If not, coming down. Taking the legs wide straight away. If you have trouble sitting upright, you can either use something under your butt or just a slight bend in the knees here will help. Flexing out through those feet. We're going to breathe in once again. Take those arms out wide, sitting up nice and tall. Then turning to your right and bring this left hand on the outside of that right leg and see if you can stretch it forward and turn your head over to look over that right arm. Coming back to the center and swapping them over. Turning the head over the left arm, reaching down over that left leg. Coming back to the center, and this time we're going to now swap it over. So we're bringing this right arm down on the inside of that leg. Right arm on the right side, and now you're coming into, you might come to there, or you might be able to come right down on the inside of that leg and grab hold of your big toe. And this top left arm can reach over onto the foot or just reach. So you're into a lovely side stretch. Now you've got to try and open up that underside, that top side left body and that left shoulder. Finding your breath connection for 4 more breaths. Then opening up that top arm, good Mari, and slowly coming back out, sitting up tall, then rotating that left arm down and the right arm over and into our side stretch on the other side, wherever we can get to. And breathing there. Three more beautiful breaths. Then open up that top arm and coming back to sitting. Okie doke. Bringing that right leg in. Keep that left leg where it was, and we're twisting now. So we're going to take the right hand behind to prop us upright and bring that left arm across and tuck it under the knee and really twist and look over that right shoulder. Try and keep both sit bones connected to the floor. Then releasing out. Now we're going to make it stronger. So we're going to take this outside left leg over and sitting in our twisted leg position. If you find it uncomfortable with this underside leg, just straighten that underside leg out. Now we're going to twist the other way. So the left hand pushes us upright and the right arm comes over that knee and twists. That's it. You can stay with that. Some of you can go into the stronger bind. Really cleansing out through the abdominal area here with this twist. Squeezing all those organs. One more beautiful big breath. And turning the head and releasing out. Swap those legs over. Let's take the right leg out to the side a bit and the left leg in, and we're going into our twist. We're twisting back to the same direction we just were with that right arm over and tuck it under and twist. Keeping both sit bones down. Turning the head, including the neck in the twist. One more breath. Then turning the head back, releasing out of that twist and going into our next version, which is that right leg comes across. If you can. That's it. So you've got this leg. Otherwise, yep, you straighten the bottom leg. Lovely. Sitting up tall. Now we're taking the right hand behind and the left arm over and twisting that way. Going into the bind if you want to. And breathing as best you can to keep that oxygen flowing into your whole system. Two more breaths. Turning the head back and releasing out. Paschimottanasana now, last pose, feet together and forward. Let's take hold. If you can reach the big toes, do. If not, just hold on to your legs. Just sit like that so you can see. Sitting up nice and tall and then extending into a forward fold. Adjusting the hands, you can wrap them right around your feet or clasp one wrist. And stay there. Using your breath to really connect with your body in the pose here and to go deeper. On the exhalation, allow yourself to go deeper into the pose and the feeling. And letting go of the body as much as you can and stretching just that much further. Taking on the next inhalation, coming up to sitting, and we're going straight into Shavasana now, into relaxation. So making yourself warm and comfortable if you need to, with the blankets or pillows or socks back on. And just lying down. Straight down. Resting. This is our beautiful resting pose. So you let your feet flop naturally out to the sides, and that helps to release the buttock and even into the lower back.
If you can turn the palms up to the ceiling so that opens the chest and helps to connect the shoulder blades and the back of the body to the earth. Allow your breath to just come and go in its comfortable way. You might find that you naturally start to breathe deeper and slower. And this is our opportunity to slow down, to let go and just breathe and be. Trying to relax all the body, all the muscles, all of the tendons, all of the inside of your body and the outside of your body. Feel yourself consciously letting go. So it's a conscious connection of mind and body. And you're using your breath to connect you and to release deeper into Shavasana, relaxation, deep relaxation. Take this moment to observe how you're feeling through your whole body. And notice how you're responding to that. How are your thoughts? How do you feel in your emotional being? Right now, in this present moment. Perhaps you're enjoying being still. Perhaps you're noticing there's parts of you that are resisting. Just breathe into it. You are connecting. You are here. And deepening your breath to really exaggerate that sensation of connection and present moment. And feel the breath expanding that belly and chest once again. We're going to take our time but roll over onto one side of your body. Leave your eyes closed for a little moment longer. And then make your way to a sitting position. You can use your cushion or sitting up. We're not going to be here for long. Eyes closed once again in your upright posture. Reaching out those arms to either side of the shoulders and stretch into the fingers, palms facing forward.
And then slowly lift them above your head, breathing in, connect the palms above your head. Then exhale and bring them to your heart, into a prayer and a gratitude gesture. Hari Om Tat Sat, and thank you. Namaste. I'm finishing there today. Thank you. And if you've enjoyed the class and you'd like more classes, please press the subscribe button down under the YouTube there. And I hope to see you again.